In today's video we are going to compare the lifestyle of living in the countryside of Malta versus living in a city in Malta. Guys, I'm promising you a lot of fun in this video because I'm going to compare the beautiful Zurrieq with the interesting Gzira. Follow me. So finally guys, now you know that I have made a choice to live in the south part of Malta in Zurrieq. I'm reporting live from Zurrieq. Now, the reason why I have made a choice to buy an apartment in Zurrieq, aside of the good price that I found for the apartment, and it's in an amazing area, I also found that Zurrieq is, first of all, extremely safe. Second of all, the local people that are living here are the warmest people that I have ever met in my life. And to be quite frank with you, if I can say out myself, the local people from Zurrieq are one of the best Maltese from all the Maltese that I have met in my life. Now, the other very important thing about living in the countryside, I would say, of Malta is that there is less traffic and less pollution in the air as well. We have more greenery on this side, we have these little fields, and just, of course, we have trucks like this as well. And look how all of this is super Maltese. The architecture, the old buildings, the fence that are made out of stone, the Maltese limestone, beautiful. I mean, look at that, how cute. We also have these little cute tiny roads. Look, how beautiful is this? Now I'm gonna give you a few pros of living in this side of Malta. First of all, it's very clean. Second of all, it's, as I said earlier, safe. But most of all, it's very quiet as well. There is less construction in these areas rather than the central area where we are going. Now, from the other side, I'm gonna give you some cons as well. If you live in Zurrieq, you definitely need to have a car, because if you want to get yourself around the island, let's say to Sliema, it takes me 20 minutes when there is no traffic, 30 minutes when there is a bit of traffic, and when it's ultra traffic, it takes me around 45 minutes. Now, considering how small Malta is, this is quite a lot for this size of an island. However, when you think about it, 45 minutes in traffic, it's nothing. Now, sometimes people might associate living in a countryside with something that there is no any normal roads, or you can't really find any shops and stuff like that. In reality, no. There are quite a lot of mini markets, mini shops, and also we do have Lidl as well. And on a driving distance of 10 minutes is Pavi, one of the biggest, if not the biggest shopping mall in Malta. Shopping mall. Supermarket. Look how cute are the Malta Post little tuk-tuks that they have. How sweet. This is how they're going around the villages, the cities, with the tuk-tuk and delivering the post. And this video is sponsored by Malta Post. Just kidding. Now we had to take the car, guys, and we are heading from Zurrieq towards Rendi, and we are going to pass on the Blue Grotto Avenue Road. Look how beautiful the view is from here. It's all surrounded with fields, and now we are having a look towards Zurrieq from this side. So, what you've just seen is the drive I had from Zurrieq to this spot where we are, which is called Zurrieq. It's, it's on the top on the main road, but I usually like to walk this side, guys. So I walk from Zurrieq to here, which takes like 10 to 15 minutes max, and I love it. You walk near the cliffs, you're having a beautiful scenery, and now I'm gonna take you down to the Blue Grotto and I'll show you the beach where I usually go over the summertime. Now we are heading down towards Zurrieq, and that little rock that you can see in the middle of the sea, it's called Filfla, an island that unfortunately you're not allowed to step on, it is protected. Now we can appreciate the beautiful landscape, and this is also one of my personal choices when it comes to watching the sunset in Malta. And this area has some really good restaurants with good food. And here it is, guys, the area where I usually love to come over the summertime, spend some time soaking up the sun and swim in the beautiful Mediterranean Sea. Wow, I have never seen the sea this rough here, guys. Woohoo! That was good. Wow. Okay guys, so here we are going to make a summary about Zurrieq and living in the countryside, and then we're gonna move on to Gzira, the city life. So, number one, Zurrieq itself, it's absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. But also the entire south part of Malta, the areas like Zurrieq itself, Rendi, Sigiwi, even Gudja, which is very close to the airport, they're beautiful. And the prices, if you would like to buy an apartment, are way more affordable. Say it like this. For example, if you want to buy yourself a penthouse somewhere in this part of Malta, it will cost you maybe around 200, 250, 300,000, depending on the site. That type of property in Gzira or in Sliema, it will easily cost you from a starting price of 300,000 euros onwards. The other thing, which I already mentioned, but I want to sum it up, it's about the local people. Zurrieq has around 11,000 people, which 90% of them are locals. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna mention it again, they're so welcoming, so warm, and I've been accepted fully, considering that I'm not Maltese myself. Aside of that, it's safe, it's clean. You have areas where you can go for jogging, areas where you can go for walking. I've showed you even the Blue Grotto. I've showed you where I usually walk, which is outside of Zurrieq, going towards Rendi. The entire area, it's amazing, guys. And I am honestly so happy, and I have made the best choice of moving into this part. But where did I used to live? It's time for you to find out, and let's see how that area looks like. Off to Gzira. Now we're on the Independence Avenue, and you can see how beautiful this road is with the palm trees. For me, it's kind of like reminding me of Hollywood in America. Anyway, now I'm moving on towards the airport, and near the airport you will see that there is the flyovers and the new tunnels that they're doing, and this is all because we want to reduce the traffic that it's happening on the island. And once we arrive in Gzira, which in this particular time it took us only 20 minutes and it was 3:30 in the afternoon, the only traffic jams that we found along the way were as soon as we approached in Gzira. Guys, now we are in Gzira, and I stopped by the street where I used to live, and it started raining. So let's remove the sunglasses for a moment. But what I wanted to tell you, number one, when I used to live here, this is what I used to have daily. Construction trucks passing by, people with the safety gear, doing construction and all of that. Simple reason why. While I was living here for 5 years in this specific street, I had this building that was demolished, knocked down, and they raised it, the one next to it, and the one next to it as well. So 3 buildings in a course of 5 years, and meanwhile, we're gonna turn at the back. That huge building that you see straight in front of us is the one that they started building over a year ago. So pretty much I was living in an area that was full of construction. Now, even though I'm not trying to bash down the street where I used to live, but I kind of like got used to it, and for me I ended up being in this kind of a bubble that I have to accept that I live in an area that it's full of construction, which in this type of areas in Malta, Gzira, Msida, Sliema, St. Julian's, it is inevitable. You will find construction all the time. People are demolishing their own beautiful Maltese houses, and they're raising buildings such as this. Anyway, I'm starting off, I know that it's kind of dramatic what I'm saying about Gzira. Gzira is beautiful itself, but this specific area where I was living was quite interesting, I would say. But let me show you other very interesting parts of Gzira. Let's go. So it got super rainy, guys, and I'm in the car just for a quick break before we continue, and I'm gonna get you down to Manuel Island. But I wanted to say, the pros of living in Gzira for me was I used to pay a good amount, I would say, a reasonable amount for the rent, and on a walking distance, I was in 5 minutes, I'm down in Manuel Island, where I used to go to the beach, which I'm gonna show you soon. In 10 minutes, I used to be at the Point shopping mall, which is the biggest shopping mall in Malta. In 5-6 minutes, I used to be down on the promenade where I can have drinks with my friends, or go for lunch, or go for dinner, or just go for a walk. Now, the cons of living in an area like this is that it's so touristic. There is a lot of tourists, a lot of hotels as well, that it's constantly jammed with people, especially over the summertime. Now, for those of you guys that you enjoy being surrounded with people, even on your days off or something like that, this would be a good area for you. But if you're someone who would like to have a day off and be more relaxed and go and walk in areas where there is not so many people, then Zurrieq would be ideal for you. Not only in Zurrieq, but even the surroundings, Rendi, Sigiwi, the countryside, all that area. Anyway, enough of me blah 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 all the time. Let's get down to the front part of Gzira. So guys, quickly I want you to have a look at these 3 buildings. They all being demolished and they're raised new buildings. Now we have another part with another new buildings, another one that is under construction. So as you might have noticed, Gzira is full with construction when you are inside the city. So I told you that I'm gonna take you in Manuel Island where I used to go to the beach, but I'm gonna do that as a dedicated video. However, right now I'm standing on it because thumbnail. That was nice effect. So I wanted to tell you, from here we can see the whole promenade of Gzira, how beautiful it is. And I'm gonna tell you like this. We have residential area, residential area, residential area, residential area, another residential area, another residential area, residential area, hotel, hotel, residential area, hotel, hotel, hotel. So you will always find a lot of tourists walking around the promenade, which is beautiful. And there isn't any beach nearby that you can swim. This is mostly for these little boats that you can see. And also there is Aqualuna, which is the swimming complex as well. Now, you can see how beautiful it is from here. It is a nice scenery, but how it is when you are walking around the promenade. Let's go. So, as you can see, we have a lot of restaurants, we have coffee shops. Oh, Starbucks, this is new. They opened it now recently, I haven't seen it for a while. This type of shops as well. Empty restaurant, real estate agency, we have Cinnabon. And you can see the weather, guys. Oh, we have a rainbow. You can see the weather, how it looks like. It's raining, it's sunny, it's windy. Very interesting. Oh, look at that. We're gonna make a quick stop, guys, to eat because it's really raining outside. But did you notice the flooding on the roads? That's something that I really didn't like about Gzira when I used to live here. Because the road is constantly gets flooded and it takes several hours until the water drains down. Now, something else that I was thinking about while I'm doing this video is the pros of living in Gzira is that if you work in Sliem or in St. Julian's, you can walk to work. And from the other side, the noise is inevitable. It's very noisy as a city. Even right now, we are on the main road and the cars are constantly passing in and out. And of course, because of the flooding, the noise, it's like in my head. And I've noticed this type of difference ever since I moved to Zurrieq. And also when I walk at night. When I walk at night in Zurrieq, it's so quiet, there are not so many people around. And when I used to walk here in Gzira, it was super loud. Especially in the summertime, I remember when the students from Erasmus specifically, they are in Malta, they always stay in these areas because they rent big buildings and the entire school is there, it's inside that building, and it's always with music, with parties, or they're outside on the street and stuff like that. I'm not saying that Gzira is a bad city to live in, no, not at all. I mean, I've spent 5 years living here, but I'm doing this comparison because I know that some of you are interested to live in an area where on a walking distance you can find everything. But some of you are looking for peace and sanity, and that would be in Zurrieq. Anyway, we are waiting for our food, we are super hungry, and then we're gonna make another shot and we're gonna wrap up the video. So we finished with the lunch, guys, and I wanted you just to have a quick idea of the roads. It's right now 3:45 in the afternoon. The roads are not so busy, but you can see that it's quite a frequent promenade. So if you're living in one of these apartments here on the front, you'll be constantly hearing some kind of noise. And here we came to the end of this video, guys. If you are interested to see both of these cities in separate videos, they're going to be linked down in the description of this video. Also, if you guys want me to compare other two cities, let me know in the comment section which are those cities that you would like me to go and record. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like it down below and don't forget to smash that subscribe button as well. And until I see you in my next one, bye!